Midnight has always carried a strange weight. For some, it's the beginning of a new day, just a tick forward on the calendar. For others, it's the hour of mystery, of shadows stretching long and silence pressing heavy. For me, it's the hour when thoughts I keep hidden during daylight finally crawl out from their corners, demanding my attention. The digital clock on my nightstand glows 12 a.m., its numbers too bright against the darkness of the room. I hear the faint hum of the ceiling fan overhead, spinning in a rhythm so steady it feels like the heartbeat of the night itself. Outside my window, the world is hushed. The usual chaos of traffic has melted into the occasional distant growl of a motorcycle or the lonely bark of a dog. Even the city seems to take a breath at this hour. Lying in bed, staring at the cracked paint on the ceiling, I can't help but ask myself the question that comes every night. What am I doing with my life? Daylight hours rarely leave room for that question. The routine of work, bills, errands, conversations, and notifications keeps me too busy to pause. People ask me how I'm doing, and I give them the usual answer. I'm fine, just busy. And maybe they believe me, or maybe they're too wrapped up in their own fine lives to notice. But midnight doesn't let me lie. Midnight strips away the distractions and sits beside me like an old friend who knows every secret. It whispers the truths I don't want to face, the dreams I've abandoned, the fears I hide, the regrets I bury under laughter during the day. Tonight feels heavier than usual. I think about the choices that led me here, to this quiet apartment, this job that pays the bills but starves the soul, this feeling of being both surrounded by people and yet terribly alone. I once imagined life would be different by now. At 18, I thought 25 would mean success, clarity, maybe even love that felt steady and real. At 25, I told myself 30 was when I'd figure it all out. Now, staring into the shadowy ceiling past 30, I realize I'm still searching for the same answers. It's strange how the night invites old memories. My mind drifts back to being a kid, lying on the roof of my parents' house, looking up at the stars. Back then, the world felt endless and full of possibility. I thought I'd grow up to be someone extraordinary, an artist, a writer, a traveler of the world. I thought adulthood meant freedom, not this quiet war between responsibility and desire. Sometimes I wonder if everyone feels this way, or if it's just me. Does the successful lawyer in his downtown apartment ever stare at the ceiling and question everything? Does the young mother, exhausted from chasing toddlers all day, pause at midnight and wonder if she's still herself? Do the people posting perfect photos on social media feel the same emptiness gnawing at them once the filters fade? The thought both comforts and saddens me. Maybe none of us really have it figured out. Maybe life is just one long stretch of pretending we know what we're doing while secretly hoping it will all make sense one day. I sit up in bed, unable to fight the restlessness. The floor is cool under my feet as I walk to the window and push it open. A gentle breeze slips inside, carrying the faint scent of rain that must have fallen earlier in the evening. The street below is nearly deserted, except for a lone man walking his dog. The dog trots happily, unaware of the hour, living fully in the simple joy of the moment. I envy that. The man glances up briefly, and for a second our eyes meet. He gives a small nod, a silent acknowledgement that we are both awake when most of the world sleeps. Then he continues on his way, swallowed by the shadows of the streetlights. I lean on the window frame and let the night air fill my lungs. There's something cleansing about it, as though the darkness is trying to wash away the heaviness inside me. Yet the questions remain stubborn and sharp. What does it mean to live a good life? Is it about achievements, the job titles, the houses, the cars, the recognition? Or is it something quieter, like the way we love, the memories we create, the kindness we give without expectation? I've chased both in different seasons. I've worked myself raw for promotions that, once achieved, felt empty within days. I've poured myself into relationships that ended in silence, leaving me wondering if love was ever meant for me. Each time, I tell myself I've learned something, grown stronger. But on nights like this, I wonder if I've simply become better at hiding my wounds. The clock glows 12:37 a.m. now. Time slips by silently, as if mocking me for staying awake. I grab the old leather notebook from my desk, the one I filled with half-finished thoughts, poems that never found an ending, and lists of goals I stopped chasing. The cover is worn, the pages dog-eared, but it feels like holding a piece of myself I haven't completely lost. I flip through the pages and find a note I wrote 2 years ago. By 32, I'll have published my first book. My lips curl into a sad smile. 32 came and went, and the book remains unwritten. The stories still live in my head, characters whispering at me when I least expect it, but fear has kept me from giving them life. Fear of failure, of rejection, of not being good enough. Maybe that's what midnight really is, the hour when fear is loudest. I close the notebook gently, as though the words inside are too fragile to disturb. Then I whisper into the darkness, almost like a prayer. I don't want to waste this life. The words hang in the air, and for a moment, the silence feels like an answer. I know tomorrow will come, dragging me back into routine. The emails, the deadlines, the polite small talk. But tonight, I make a quiet promise to myself. Even if it's just one small step at a time, I'll begin again. I'll write. I'll dream. I'll fight the fear that waits for me at midnight. The clock reads 1:03 a.m. now. I should sleep, but my mind is alive, sparking with the thought that maybe, just maybe, the whispers of midnight are not curses but invitations. Invitations to see life more clearly, to remember the dreams buried under dust, to admit the pain and still choose hope. The night has a way of pulling memories out of their hiding places. Some nights, they come softly like photographs in a dusty album. Other nights, they storm in like ghosts, uninvited and unrelenting. Tonight feels like both. As I sit by the window, watching the faint glow of streetlights flicker, I can almost hear the echoes of my younger self. The laughter of a boy who believed the world was his playground. The voice of a teenager who thought he had endless time to figure everything out. Those versions of me still live somewhere deep inside, shadows cast by the light of memory. I remember being 10 years old, running barefoot in the backyard of my parents' house. The grass was cool, the summer air thick with the scent of honeysuckle. I used to lie flat on my back and stare at the stars, convinced they were tiny holes poked in the sky to let heaven's light shine through. Back then, I believed heaven was close enough to touch if I stretched far enough. My biggest worry was whether my kite would stay in the air or crash into the neighbor's tree. I didn't know then how quickly innocence fades. The first real shadow crept in during high school. I was 15, sitting in a dimly lit classroom, staring at a test paper covered in red ink. I had studied, but not enough, distracted by late-night video games and half-hearted conversations with friends. My teacher pulled me aside afterward, her voice gentle but firm. "You're smart," she said, "but you don't believe in yourself. And if you don't, no one else will." Those words stuck with me, like a tattoo I never asked for. Even now, when I hesitate to chase a dream, I hear her voice. Sometimes it pushes me forward. Other times, it feels like a reminder of the many times I've fallen short. Then came the summer before college, the first time I tasted heartbreak. Her name was Emily. She had a laugh that could light up a room and eyes that made me think of oceans I'd never seen. We spent long nights on the phone, talking about everything and nothing, convinced we were destined to last forever. But forever ended with a single phone call. She said she wanted something different, words that felt like knives I didn't see coming. I remember hanging up the phone and staring at the ceiling, the same way I do now. That was the first night I learned how cruel midnight could be. It was also the night I realized that love, as beautiful as it is, can vanish like smoke. The shadows of the past don't always bring pain, though. Some carry warmth, like the memory of my grandmother's kitchen. She was a small woman with strong hands and a laugh that made her shoulders shake. Every Saturday, she'd bake bread, and the entire house would smell like comfort. She'd let me knead the dough, my small fists sinking into the soft surface, and she'd tell me stories of her childhood. She didn't have much, but she always said she had enough. She passed away when I was 19, and for weeks after, I'd wake at midnight, convinced I could still smell fresh bread in the air. Grief is strange that way. It clings to the senses, refusing to let go. Even now, when I bake bread, I feel like she's standing beside me, guiding my hands. The past is full of moments like that, bits of light and shadow interwoven. Sometimes I wonder if we are all just patchwork quilts made of memories, stitched together by the hands of time. Some squares are bright with joy, others dark with loss, but together they form the story of who we are. I think of my father, too. A man of few words, but when he spoke, it carried weight. He worked long hours at a factory, his hands calloused, his back bent from years of labor. Yet every night, no matter how tired he was, he'd sit on the porch with me and point out constellations. "That's Orion," he'd say, tracing the belt with his rough finger. "And that one's Cassiopeia." I used to wonder how he knew so much about the stars, a man who never went to college, who rarely read books. Later, I realized the stars were his escape, his reminder that there was more beyond the walls of the factory. He never said it outright, but I think he wanted me to reach for something greater, something beyond the grind of survival. He wanted me to dream bigger than he had. And sometimes, when I feel myself slipping into complacency, I hear his quiet voice reminding me, "Don't forget the stars." The shadows of the past are not just memories. They are mirrors. They show me who I was, who I've lost, and who I'm still trying to become. They remind me that every decision has led me here to this moment, at this window, at this midnight hour. But they also haunt me with a question. What if? What if I had studied harder? What if I had fought for Emily instead of letting her go? What if I had written that book years ago, instead of letting fear silence me? What if I had listened more, loved more, risked more? I glance at the clock. 2:11 a.m. The hours are slipping by, but the shadows of the past refuse to fade. I close my eyes and see faces long gone, roads never taken, dreams left unfinished. And yet, woven into all of it, I also see love, laughter, resilience. Maybe that's the gift of the past. It teaches through both joy and sorrow. It whispers reminders of who we are, even when we forget. As the night deepens, I make another quiet promise to myself. I will carry the shadows, but I will not let them own me. I will honor the lessons, cherish the memories, and let them guide me without chaining me. The stars outside seem to shimmer brighter, as if agreeing. And for the first time in a long while, I feel the faint stirrings of peace. Every life is a collection of choices. Some are small, like whether to hit snooze one more time in the morning. Others are monumental, changing the course of everything that comes after. At midnight, when the world quiets down, the choices I've made, both the trivial and the life-altering, rise up like a jury inside my head. It's strange how even the tiniest decisions ripple out in ways you can't predict. I think about the time I skipped a college lecture to sit in a coffee shop with a notebook. That choice introduced me to a stranger who became a close friend for years. I think about the day I accepted a job I wasn't passionate about simply because the paycheck was steady. That one decision stretched into years of routine, years where my dreams gathered dust in the corner. Choices are like crossroads, sometimes clearly marked, other times hidden in plain sight. Looking back, I realize how many times I stood at those intersections, uncertain which road to take. When I was 21, I had two offers, one from a small startup that promised creativity and risk, and one from a large corporation that promised stability and benefits. Everyone told me to choose the safe option. My parents, my friends, even my own doubts whispered that stability was the smarter choice. And so I signed the papers, took the corporate job, and tucked away the restless fire inside me. Years later, I still wonder about that other road, the one I didn't take. What would my life look like if I had chosen adventure over security? Would I be happier, or would I have crashed and burned? Midnight doesn't offer answers. It only sharpens the questions. It isn't just about careers. Love, too, is tangled up in choices. I've let people go when maybe I should have fought for them. And I've clung to relationships long past their expiration date. Both kind of choices left scars. There were nights I stayed up convincing myself I'd made the right decision, only to wake up months later realizing I hadn't. There's a heaviness that comes with knowing you can't undo choices. You can apologize, you can make amends, you can start over, but you can't go back. Every yes and every no closes one door and opens another, and sometimes I stand here at midnight staring at all the doors I'll never walk through. But maybe that's what growing older is. Learning to live with the weight of your own decisions. Learning to forgive yourself for not knowing better at the time. One choice that often returns to me at this hour is the choice to silence my passion for writing. I was 17 when I realized words had power, that stringing them together could make people feel something real. A teacher once pulled me aside after reading an essay and said, "You have a gift. Don't waste it." For a while, I believed her. I wrote daily. Poems, short stories, even a half-finished novel. But life has a way of drowning out the things that matter most. Practical choices piled up: college, jobs, bills, responsibilities, and writing slipped into the background. I told myself I'd come back to it someday. Someday never came. That's the danger of choices. You can choose to postpone your dreams until they wither away. As I sit by the window now, notebook in hand, I feel the weight of that silence. The blank pages are both a rebuke and an invitation. They remind me of every time I chose fear over courage, doubt over belief. But they also whisper that the choice to begin again is always there, waiting. Not all choices are mine alone, though. Some are made for me, and those are the ones I struggle with most. I didn't choose where I was born, or the family I was born into, or the circumstances that shaped my early years. Those choices, or lack thereof, built the foundation I stand on now. And while I can't change them, I can decide what I build on top of them. The clock reads 2:54 a.m. I should sleep, but my thoughts are alive, tracing the long map of my past decisions. Some roads I wish I'd taken, some I wish I'd avoided, and some I'm grateful for, even if they hurt at the time. The truth is, choices define us more than we admit. They shape not just what happens to us, but who we become. And though I've stumbled through plenty of wrong turns, I realize now that the weight of choices is not only a burden, it's also a reminder of power. Every day, no matter how small, I still get to choose. I can choose kindness over bitterness. I can choose hope over despair. I can choose to write, to create, to risk failure. I can choose to stop waiting for life to happen and start living it, even if I don't have all the answers. Midnight has taught me one thing. The past cannot be undone, but the future is still unwritten. And maybe, just maybe, the heaviest choices are also the ones that can set us afar. If Midnight has a favorite subject, it's love. Not the glossy, picture-perfect kind we post online, but the messy, complicated, unforgettable kind that carves itself into the soul. At this hour, my mind often drifts toward the people I've loved, the ones who love me back, and the ones who slipped away. Love, I've learned, is both the sweetest gift and the heaviest burden. It lifts you higher than anything else can. Yet when it's gone, the fall is brutal. Midnight makes me relive both, the soaring and the crashing. I think first of the fleeting loves, the ones that burn bright, but briefly. There was a girl in college whose name I can still hear echoing in the corridors of memory. She wore oversized sweaters and always smelled faintly of coffee. We spent hours in libraries together, pretending to study, but mostly talking about dreams, about books, about the future. She taught me what it felt like to be seen, to have someone look past the surface and notice the smallest details. It didn't last. We drifted apart after graduation, the way people do when life scatters them in different directions. But sometimes when I catch the scent of coffee at midnight, I feel her presence again. A ghost, not of regret, but of gratitude for showing me how deeply another person could understand me, even for a short while. Then there are the loves that break you. Emily was the first, but not the last. Love has a way of reshaping you, sometimes gently, sometimes with a violence you don't see coming. I've sat at midnight staring at my phone, waiting for a text that never arrived. I've poured my heart into words that went unread, into gestures that were unreturned. I've felt the hollow ache of giving more than I received, of loving someone who couldn't or wouldn't love me back. Loneliness is sharpest when it follows love. It's not the same as being alone. Solitude can be peaceful, even restorative. Loneliness is the echo of connection that once existed. It's lying in a bed that used to feel too small for two bodies, now feeling far too large for one. It's walking past places that used to hold laughter, now heavy with silence. At midnight, loneliness takes shape. It sits beside me, silent but present, reminding me of all the arms that no longer hold me, all the voices that no longer call my name. Yet, love has also been my greatest teacher. It has shown me vulnerability, the courage of opening myself to another person, even knowing the risk. It has shown me joy, the kind that makes ordinary days shimmer with magic. It has taught me patience, forgiveness, and even resilience. I think about my parents' love, quiet and steady. They weren't perfect, but their devotion to one another was evident in small acts. The way my father would cut fruit for my mother in the evenings, the way she'd iron his shirts just right because she knew he cared about it. Their love wasn't grand or cinematic, but it endured. And sometimes I wonder if that's the truest kind, the love that doesn't need fireworks, only constancy. My friends tell me I'm too much of a romantic, that I expect too much from love. Maybe they're right. Maybe I've held on to the idea that love should be both a home and an adventure, both comfort and fire. I've seen glimpses of it, but I've never been able to hold on to it for long. Still, even in my loneliest hours, I can't bring myself to give up on it. Love feels like the thread that ties humanity together, the one thing that makes all the struggle worth it. And though loneliness visits me often, I'd rather live with its ache than close myself off entirely. Sometimes, I wonder if love is less about finding the right person and more about learning to love fully, no matter the outcome. To give without expectation, to risk without guarantee. Midnight seems to suggest that love is less about permanence and more about presence, being truly there in the moment, however long it lasts. The clock reads 3:41 a.m. The world outside is darker now, the silence deeper. Loneliness curls around me like a blanket, but it doesn't feel as suffocating tonight. Instead, it feels like a reminder. I have loved, I have lost, and I am still here. And maybe that's enough for now. I close my eyes and picture the faces of those I've loved, each one a chapter in the story of who I am. Some chapters ended too soon, some dragged on longer than they should have, but all of them matter. They've shaped me, scarred me, strengthened me. Midnight whispers that love and loneliness are not enemies, but companions. One teaches the value of connection, the other the strength of solitude. Together, they remind me that life, at its core, is about learning to hold both joy and sorrow, presence and absence, fullness and emptiness. And as I drift deeper into thought, I realize, even in loneliness, I am not truly alone. My memories keep me company, my hopes keep me alive, and somewhere out there, love still waits. Dreams are strange things. They start out loud and colorful, painted across the sky of youth with bold strokes. As children, we speak them freely, without fear. I'll be an astronaut. I'll be a singer. I'll write books that change the world. Back then, no dream felt too big, no ambition too wild. But somewhere along the road to adulthood, dreams begin to shrink. The world teaches us about limits, money, responsibility, practicality. And slowly, the bright colors fade. Some dreams are tucked into drawers, labeled someday. Others are buried entirely, mourned in silence. Midnight is when they crawl back out, asking why I abandoned them. When I was 17, I dreamed of writing novels. I pictured my name on book covers, shelves lined with stories born from my imagination. I dreamed of traveling to places I'd only read about: Paris, Tokyo, New York, and filling journals with words that captured the essence of each city. I dreamed of standing on a stage, reading my work aloud to people who found pieces of themselves in my words. That dream burned brightly through college. I carried notebooks everywhere, scribbling on buses, in cafes, between classes. Professors praised my essays. Friends asked to read my short stories. For a while, I believed the dream was within reach. But then life intervened. Bills needed paying. Practical choices pulled me towards steady work. Slowly, writing shifted from passion to hobby, from priority to afterthought. The notebooks gathered dust. The dream remained, but quieter now, deferred to some distant future.
Your name's a fire that lights the dark. It heals the wound and mends the heart. It breaks the chains the world has tied. In every breath you're by my side. I speak your name through storm and rain. In all my joy and all my pain, your power flows in whispered sound. It lifts me up when burdens pound. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. Over shadows, over strife, I speak your love, I speak your life. Through the valleys on the shore, your name alone forevermore. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. From the mountains high to the waters deep, your name's the song my soul will keep. Forever here I will proclaim, I speak the power of Jesus' name. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, the dark. It heals the wound and mends the heart. It breaks the chains the world has tied. In every breath you're by my side. I speak your name through storm and rain. In all my joy and all my pain, your power flows in whispered sound. It lifts me up when burdens pound. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. Over shadows, over strife, I speak your love, I speak your light. Through the valleys on the shore, your name alone forevermore. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. From the mountains high to the waters deep, your name's the song my soul will keep. Forever here I will proclaim, I speak the power of Jesus' name. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and Your name's a fire that lights the dark. It heals the wound and mends the heart. It breaks the chains the world has tied. In every breath you're by my side. I speak your name through storm and rain. In all my joy and all my pain, your power flows in whispered sound. It lifts me up when burdens pound. Jesus, I name's the song my soul will keep forever. Here I will proclaim, I speak the power of Jesus' name. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and your name's a fire that lights the dark. It heals the wound and mends the heart. It breaks the chains the world has tied. In every breath you're by my side. I speak your name through storm and rain. In all my joy and all my pain, your power flows in whispered sound. It lifts me up when burdens pound. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. Over shadows, over strife, I speak your love, I speak your light. Through the valleys on the shore, your name alone forevermore. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. From the mountains high to the waters deep, your name's the song my soul will keep forever. Here I will proclaim, I speak the power of Jesus' name. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. lights the dark. It heals the wound and mends the heart. It breaks the chains the world has tied. In every breath you're by my side. I speak your name through storm and rain. In all my joy and all my pain, your power flows in whispered sound. It lifts me up when burdens pound. Jesus, I speak your holy name. In every trial, every flame, you're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. Over shadows, over strife, I speak your love, I speak your life. Through the valleys on the shore, your name alone forevermore. Jesus, I speak your holy name. In every trial, every flame, you're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. From the mountains high to the waters deep, your name's the song my soul will keep. Forever here I will proclaim, I speak the power of Jesus' name. Jesus, I speak your holy name. In every trial, every flame, you're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. Your name's a fire that lights the dark. It heals the wound and mends the heart. It breaks the chains the world has tied. In every breath you're by my side. I speak your name through storm and rain. In all my joy and all my pain, your power flows in whispered sound. It lifts me up when burdens pound. Jesus, I Your name's the song my soul will keep. Forever here I will proclaim. I speak the power of Jesus' name. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and fire that lights the dark. It heals the wound and mends the heart. It breaks the chains the world has tied. In every breath you're by my side. I speak your name through storm and over strife. I speak your love, I speak your light. Through the valleys on the shore, your name alone forevermore. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day. From the mountains high to the waters deep, your name's the song my soul will keep. Forever here I will proclaim. I speak the power of Jesus' name. Jesus, I speak your holy name in every trial, every flame. You're the healer, you're the way. I'll speak you, Lord, both night and day.
fire that lights the dark. It heals the wound and mends the heart. It breaks the chains the world has tied. In every breath you're by my side.